Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Bruins podcast. My name is Stevie, and I am joined by the lovely.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle.
We're sticking with lovely, Kyle. I
Okay,
just
for
I
now.
get put on the spot, and then I don't know what to say, and I say lovely. So
Luminous.
luminous. Okay, every okay. If we can all come up with one adjective, I think we'd have enough to get us to the end of the year.
LOL.
Okay. So we're
Leave your
back.
adjective in the comments.
Leave your adjective in the comments and keep them nice. Um, okay. Um, yeah, so we're back one day after our softball little recap to do gymnastics. And this is going to be a double episode because we've already mentioned how we were not locked in, but we're so back to being locked in, aren't we, Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was some sickness going around, some difficulties with that, but now we are back.
are back. So we're going to start today recapping the Michigan meet. You want to go right over, Kyle?
Sure. Oh, no, the arrow didn't work. Here we go. All right.
And yeah, so just before we start that, this Gymnast of the Week thing for Jordan can be applied to both meets. So she won both Gymnasts of the Week for the Michigan meet and the Illinois meet, and it's a record. This eight in a row, Kyle. Can we talk
Yep.
about how crazy
She
this is?
has now. I was just reading on the Big Ten website. Let's see here if I can find it. I was just looking at it because I was looking. Here it is. Jordan Childs, with this, she's set the single season record for most Big Ten Gymnast of the Week honors.
Yeah, and she's won every single one. It's crazy to think about. Um,
You're just a couple left now. Undeniably will be the Big Ten Gymnast of the Year. You
and
have to think both Tiana and Ashley are in the conversation for Big Ten Freshman of the Year. They both have
yeah,
three on the year now, um, and that's more than anyone else has. So,
yeah, and looking even further ahead. You have to think Jordan's a lock for the Honda Cup award.
um, yeah, I think Jordan will be very, very heavily favorited to win the Honda Award this year. Maybe
Yeah,
even the overall
yeah.
award.
For people that don't know what that is, I'm sure you do, but just in case you don't, the Honda Award is awarded to the best athlete in that sport for that year. It's not only seniors, right? It could be any class, right, Kyle?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, and then after you win that for your specific sport, they then choose an overall for all sports Honda winner. Um, Fun fact, a Bruin, Rachel Garcia is the last Bruin to win the overall one. So that's an interesting little fun
Oh, I
fact.
didn't
And
know that.
yeah, shout out to Rachel Garcia. Miss you, girl.
But yeah, I would think Jordan is definitely in the conversation to win that overall award. And
Yeah,
then I also think she's probably the favorite to win the AAI award this year.
and that one is for seniors, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's the senior one.
We should
So
have nominations soon, I would think. We'll get a video of those whenever
so we
they're out.
keep you updated. Speaking of keeping them updated, do we want to talk about the Michigan meet just very quickly on like what we thought, what went well, what went not so
Yeah.
well?
I mean, I was in attendance for this meet. It was a good performance. Some steps back from our prior home performance of 198, but the bar rotation looked really good. We stuck every single bar's dismount.
Yeah, Nola Matthews, her career high on the
A
event.
stunning routine.
Great routine. Yeah, great. We had 499 plus scores on that event, and then 2985 from Sienna and Sydney. Great job on bars. Anything else from the meet? Tiana, her vault has been very consistent with the landing lately.
Oh yeah, she is locked in over there. Has
Hmm.
I? She didn't quite stick this week, but it was almost a stick. Very, very, very consistent the last couple of weeks. I think it's her third 9-9 in a row.
Yeah, she's been great. Uh, not our strongest beam rotation from the Michigan meet. I see we only had the two 9.9s from Sienna and Sydney. And where was Jordan in this? Jordan was in 9.875. Was this what she had that she wobbled on her series, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was
But
just a little bit of a rougher beam rotation for us. And a rougher, like, yeah, we still scored a high 197, which is better than a lot of teams are doing this year.
yes, I agree. Uh, I would say this meet was highlighted by Jordan getting another 10 on floor. Would
Yeah,
you
it was
agree?
her fifth 10 in a row, fourth 10 in a row on floor.
That
Uh,
unfortunately
that
was
streak did end
broken.
this week, yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. It wasn't going to last all year. Um, yeah, so that 49.475 from Tiana in the all around, that will surely do. If she can put that up every meet, no matter I don't it doesn't really matter how the scores shake out in that scenario. That's a really strong performance for her.
Yeah, I would agree. That's what we need from her.
Yeah. Anything else on Michigan? Michigan meet, I should
Um,
say.
no, we had a good floor rotation here too, I think.
We did.
Solid numbers across the board. Sienna Livio with a gorgeous routine there. She had a 10 from one judge, if I remember correctly.
She did. Which we don't score the gymnasts, so don't come after us.
I don't
But good
know.
for
It was
her.
a really well done routine. I think I was a little closer to the 10 judge than I was the 9-9 judge, but 995 seems like a fair score for what she did.
Yeah, I didn't see the score breakdown, but I felt like 995 made sense. So they got there in the end. All right. Should we go over to the Illinois meet that just happened on Sunday?
Sure.
Now,
I love
well,
this leotard. Stevie does not, so roast him for that in the comments,
okay,
but
let me give my thought process. The leotard is almost editorial. Like it looks like it belongs in a magazine and not competing in it. It makes sense in my head, but Kyle doesn't understand.
no, I don't understand. It's objectively gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. I'm not saying it's not gorgeous, but it looks like a piece of art, which is great. If tell me in the comments that I don't understand leotards, which is fine. Um, okay. Uh, now full disclosure from Kyle here. I'm gonna expose. See, I'm exposing you this week. Uh, Kyle went to the basketball game, so he could not watch this meet live.
I did attempt. I watched the first rotation live because it was before the game started. But
Hmm.
as we all know, anyone who has been to Poly Pavilion, the Wi-Fi in there is atrocious, and so I was unable to continue watching the meet once the game started because there were too many people using the Wi-Fi, and it couldn't handle it. So I have now watched the meet, but I could not watch it live.
Well, do you want to give us your overall thoughts now because you speed watched it? What were your overall thoughts?
I felt pretty similarly to the Michigan meet, and the result is pretty similar here. You know, a tenth
Yeah.
lower, but it's a road meet, so don't quite have the benefit of like the home scoring that you might have from a home crowd. But I think this is it's consistent. We're showing that we can do things over and over again, but I'd like to see us do them over and over again at a higher level.
I agree. I think our landings are just not, like you said, at a high level yet. We're consistently having good landings now. I think they're not the landings like they were at the beginning of the year where we were having to take a full tenth on them, but we're not sticking every time.
I would agree.
Yeah, so should we get right into this event
Sure.
by event? I did.
Um, Sienna struggled right off the top with her bars dismount. It was a good routine. Other than that, Tiana went up and did a nice routine and then had a little shuffle on her dismount, maybe. Nola stuck her routine, but then she bent forward on the dismount. So
Yeah, but did get at least she fought for the stick. I appreciate that.
Sid was pretty normal, but she had like a hop on the dismount, I think.
She did.
Yeah. Ashley did a great routine. I thought this was underscored.
I thought so too.
And then Jordan just had an uncharacteristic mistake on her low bar half. She went up for it, had to muscle up a little bit, couldn't get to the half turn, and cast it around and came up the other side and did the same thing.
Yeah,
Which is fine, not a big deal, but they didn't punish her for it too much. This
No.
rotation could have been a lot bigger if we just fought a little harder.
Yeah. Um, I re I remember DMing you right after this rotation, and I just said to Kyle, let's just get a mid 197 and get out of here. Because you could just tell that we weren't going to be our most on. Uh, but the rest of the meet actually ended up being okay. I think we got better as we went along.
Yeah, I would say
But
Jordan Eichmann showed a exhibition here. She's still having some leg separation on her pack, but the rest of the routine's coming along really nicely. They have upgraded her to a double layout dismount instead of the double tuck she was doing in Elite. And it seems to be she's finding her way with that. You know, she landed a little short or over rotated on it in the exhibition here, but, you know, took a small step. As we continue to dial that in, that might be an option here.
yeah,
Sasha Fujisaka is looking really nice in warm ups. I know I keep saying that. I don't know when Janelle's gonna throw her a bone and let her go, but you know you have to imagine that once that's on the table, things might change here. And then Macy McGowan looking really strong in warm ups, and I posted on the Instagram a couple weeks ago during the Michigan meet a video of Ava Callahan, one of our freshmen, warming up her bar routine, and that was coming along really, really nicely. So, you know, we've got some options here. Maybe it might be time to explore some of those if things continue to not work out like this.
yeah. And just so I was watching, they show pretty much the whole warm-ups on Big Ten Plus, and Jordas did crash her warm-up double
Yeah,
layout.
Olivia Karras said that on the broadcast too. I didn't
Hmm.
see it, but
It was bad. It wasn't even close. So I'm glad that it was a little bit better than that. But should we move over to vault?
sure. This was a good
Uh,
rotation, I thought.
I thought so as well. I thought the landings improved across the board.
Tiana led off with a gorgeous vault, and then I thought Kate's landing was one of her better ones. She did stick it in poly, so the small step here, but she got her vault around more than she has been. The knees were much improved. I mean, she's still got some soft knees on the last like 3/4 rotation, but solid there. Riley Jenkins, I this score seemed a little harsh for what she did. Maybe
She did have to step backwards. I
I
wonder if they
know,
just
but it was like it wasn't like a lunge backwards. You know, like sometimes you like need to step backwards to like catch yourself.
from falling. Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't that. And so, like, it was minor. And so I felt like 2.5 tenths was a little harsh, maybe. But it is what it is. We dropped it, so it's fine. Ashley Sullivan finally nailed her Yurchenko 1.5.
It was so good. It was so nice.
And Jordan debuted Lopez.
She did 995 for it. Not so sure, but it's a
Yeah, there
really
was a
difficult ball.
pretty large hop out of it. You know, judges Olympian bonus. It is what it is. But I am encouraged if we're going to see that vault going forward.
Yeah. Because if they're gonna score it like this, then there's no way it's probably gonna go under 99 most of the time. It
Yeah,
was very nice.
absolutely.
But then the double has been so good, so now she has a choice to make, which isn't a bad problem to have. It's just
Yeah,
an
I
interesting.
would maybe think that the plan is let's do the Lopez while we're not on podium, and then once we get on podium, we can bring the DTY back out.
Yeah, just from the extra bounce from the podium.
Yeah.
Got it. That does make sense. Um, yeah, good, good. That's our highest vault rotation of the year, maybe close to it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that if it's the highest or not, but we've been pretty consistent around this 49.4 mark for a couple weeks now, I think. So nice to see us settling in there. Mika and Macy should be back in the picture, I think, this week, Janelle was saying to me a couple weeks ago. She was saying that she hoped to get them back in maybe at that Illinois meet, even, and it didn't quite happen.
Hmm.
So she said in the next 2 weeks, so that would be this week.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's this vault lineup has been continuing to improve week to week. I think this has been the event that we've seen the most steady improvement on.
Yeah,
Um,
Mark Freeman is just doing an incredible job with the coaching over here on vault.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, Mark. Should we move over to floor?
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, floor was good outside of Tiana did go out of bounds.
Yeah, sure. And, you know, that's going to happen sometimes. She is so close on that double layout
Yeah, so
every time.
it was bound to happen.
And I just need, like, she just needs to take one less step in the lead up to it.
Yeah,
And she'll be okay. But we'll see what happens with that going forward. This was a good showing for Nola. She had a weird sit down on her wolf
her double
turn,
wolf. Yeah,
but like not during the skill, which is why I don't think it was deducted for necessarily.
yeah, they didn't. I mean, you could take a. I don't even know how you evaluate that
Right,
because you're
because
right.
Olivia Kara said it's not a fall.
Eh,
And it was very casual. Like it just
It
looked
was
like she was continuing to sit and like
bopped back up.
forgot that she was supposed to stop. Like
It really.
it was very fluid. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but don't do it again, Nola,
No,
if you're
don't do.
listening.
Yeah, it really could have like you could have interpreted that as doing some choreography before your
Yeah,
turn.
maybe.
So I
Sydney
don't.
Barros low landing on her double tuck.
Yeah, they didn't hammer her for it though. I
No,
thought
they did
I
not.
thought that score was going to be much lower than it was.
Ashley
Um,
Sullivan really hitting her groove on floor.
on everything, she's been so good on everything.
Yeah, across the board. Really strong showing for her today. Or at this meet, not today, obviously, but she is really nailing her double layout dismount on bars. She stuck her one and a half here, and then this floor routine was the cherry on top of her day.
Yeah, such a good sticker that I wish that she could find a consistent beam composition because I know she'd be nailing dismounts left and right on there too.
Sure, sure.
But
And then
then Jordan,
Jordan, this was the same old routine as always.
yeah,
I'm not sure where they took for, but they did. And 9975, still a great score. Came out of here with a 49.5, which you thought it was going to be a little lower, maybe based on some of those early scores. But Ashley and Jordan really turned things around at the end of the rotation.
they did. Uh,
Should
yeah,
we talk
good.
about Beam?
We should. Uh, Capped off the meet on beam with a 49.475. We really ended up putting together a good, really solid three events. And then bars happened too. But I think we left some on the table here though. Jordan had a little bobble, and Jordis had such a great routine going, and then didn't stick her dismount this time.
Yeah. I mean, same with Tiana, but they didn't punish her for the dismount.
No, hers was like the tiniest of shuffles though, the tiniest of shuffles.
I felt like Barrow's score could have been a little higher, especially after Kate's, which did have a slight balance check.
Yeah,
Um, but you know, you live and you learn, and these were really strong routines. I'm encouraged that maybe we're looking at a different composition for Jordis. They shared on Instagram today while we were recording this. Jordis training a triple series on beam, backhand spring layout, step out, layout, step out.
oh, nice.
And so I wonder if maybe they're changing her dismount
Maybe.
because
Or
she would have more bonus if she's doing
w
that.
would they be able to take out the side summy with that composition?
The side something doesn't worry me if I'm being quite
Okay.
honest with you. I know she had that one error on it, but
Yeah,
she's
just
so
where
confident in the way she hits it almost every time that I'm really unconcerned with it. I
yeah,
think my
she's
biggest concern is her dismount.
okay. Um yeah, it was a good rotation. Her dismount, it's just a hard dismount to stick.
Yeah,
You know, it's a front twisting skill. She is pretty good at it generally, but it does it like you always say, let's do some gainer fulls. You know,
I
let's get
know.
some gainer
Just a
fulls in
simple
there.
backhand spring gainer full or a cartwheel gainer full or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Sienna, another. exceptional routine. She does
I
it
thought this
every
was one
week.
of her best of the year. Her
Yep.
chest was really up on that dismount.
Yeah.
Really strong showing from Sienna there.
The only thing I think that they might take for Sienna is her chest on the layout step out. She does leave it low. She brings it right up, but it is a little low.
That's fair to say. Yeah, but it's because of her like exceptional like extension in the
She does.
layout. Like
It's
she
perfect.
hits like a split position whenever she's in a flipping skill, really, that separates the legs. And you can see it on her side aerial really nicely. But yeah, I would just say maybe you might be right. It might be that suitcase she's pulling up on that layout step out.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the meet coming up a little bit?
Yeah, we have the big fours this week. We'll
Yes,
have
we
Iowa,
do.
Ohio State, and Maryland in Poly. I will be on site. We'll probably have some content on the Instagram potentially.
Yeah, this is on TV too. This is on FS1, so we'll
Oh
get a chance
wow,
to.
yeah. No, this will be a good one. I'm excited to see Iowa. They're a great team in the Big Ten this year, and Ohio State has always has great gymnastics as well. And the Maryland has some really strong standout athletes. So this will be a fun one. It's a quad meet. There'll be a lot going on. UCLA should win pretty easily. That's the thing about all these Big Ten meets. I don't really think they're overly competitive, but it's fun to see the other team's gymnastics and what they've been working on.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say you kind of just hinted at it. I think Jordan would be winning SEC um, Gymnast of the Week a lot of the weeks if she was in that conference. But the reason that she's sweeping it every week is just because we don't have like the most amount of really, really good all-arounders in this conference. So
Yeah, and
she,
the couple that we do have just haven't been up to snuff this year really quite yet. Like Nikki Smith hasn't had a put it all together meet, nor has any of Michigan's all arounders, or even I don't know. Uh, Ohio State has a couple really good all arounders. Just hasn't quite gotten there yet.
yeah. Anything else about this meet? Can we clinch the Big Ten with a win here, or no? Isn't that
I
that
think this is
too?
our last Big Ten meet,
So yeah, if we want to clinch the Big
right?
Ten, I am not sure.
Because
I,
next week we're at
oh,
Stanford
Utah.
and then
Oh no,
Utah.
wait, you're right. So this would clinch the Big Ten for UCLA. Uh, and it does go by record still, right?
Yeah, I think it does. I'm not
Interesting.
entirely sure, but regardless, yeah, as long as we put up a good one here, we should be set for Big Tens. Coming down the stretch here, only two more meets left after this one before conference championships, and then
I know. I know. We're like getting to the end of our first season of the Bruins podcast, Kyle. Uh,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's all going by so fast, you
I
know?
know. Once basketball started, it really did start to fly.
It did. And now softball's here too, so it's going by even quicker.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
lot going on. And you can tune in to the Bruins podcast to hear about all of it. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Bruins podcast.
yes, thank you so much.
Make sure you leave your hate, your vitriol, your love and support in the comments. Leave your adjectives in the comments. Don't forget
Oh,
about
that's
that.
right. Don't forget about your adjectives.
You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. We're a couple behind on Spotify. I'll fix that today. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BruinsPod. And we will see ya in the next one. Bye bye.
Goodbye.